Right on the set. Right on the set.
Quiet on the set!
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Virginia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, Lunch. No other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch, Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news. You don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. How's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Today is
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. That's right.
Although we are kind of missing a certain. Where has Sid been? Sid.
Yeah, good question.
Like Sid
All
hasn't
right,
been
so-
here, so
What
lost.
we're gonna have to do is our guest is not going to be able to do both of those here. So just let's give us a minute to get him set. And let me just chime in over there real quick. All right. I understand you can't hear us or do both of those at the same time. So just bear with us for a minute, and we'll conference you in here in just a moment. I can hear you in here, absolutely. And you can talk in here. Now, Jack's probably hearing a very big echo right now, but we'll deal with that in just a few short minutes. So you just hang out for a minute. We'll be right with you while we get started, and we'll be back. You don't have your name badge on. Very good. All right. And we'll be with you in just a moment. All righty. Anyway, let's go ahead and move right along real quick. We do have a special guest here in studio, and I did forget to do a little something. So let me just get caught up on that as well. Gotta make the introduction to the world, of course, but we'll get that out real quick. Bear with me. Meanwhile, Jack, how's everybody doing out there?
It's going
Everybody
well.
else
It's going well.
is,
Rick is back from vacation, so
Yes,
he's
I
back in the
saw that.
office. Back to updating the stand-up corner for everybody. Got some good things. I mean, we do have news from stand-up corner. We do have, we have Chris's blog.
No, not that I saw.
Well, sometimes he updates it. Been 4 days since Chris updated his blog.
It's been, since my birthday, I think it was last time he did that. But let me just do that real quick. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what Laz is doing. So. This is what happens when you have no script for the show ever, other than, hey, we're gonna have a special guest, and it's like, who?
Yes,
Who?
well, while we were doing all this stuff, I sort of didn't get today's tweet in because I didn't want to prematurely announce this to the world or let anybody visit with Little Richard or see that yet. So let's just get this out of the way because this is going to be in, you may have to endure a little Echo, or you can just join us in Zoom. And I'm going to apologize to everybody here in Discord for the moment. So just hang out, tune in to your radios, and we're going to bring in our special guest up here. Excuse me. Alrighty, and here we go. So, how you doing? We're doing great, doing great. Finally got you here on the show, and of course, for those of our folks watching and joining out there, would you do everybody introduce yourself and tell them what you're doing here in Shroud of the Avatar, and then we're gonna introduce the world today to Little Richard, and of course, you'll get the gist of it once you get the little bit of the story here. So go ahead and introduce yourself for starters. I've got him in Zoom.
I don't hear anything.
But about 11, or can you guys all hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Jack's having a hard time hearing you. I don't know why.
Sorry, Jack. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So about 11 months ago, or a year ago, I won 2 rewards off of a summer telethon. I got an Alienware headset and the audiobook to the Sword of Midras. And when I was sent the headset, I also got a little extra note from Brecken saying, "Congratulations on your 1B. Here it is." And I was very surprised because I didn't win a 1B. I then got an email back a few weeks later saying, "Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to send this to you, but Lord British knows, and now you're on a quest to return the 1B." And a few emails later, found out a little bit more of the details of the quest. I wasn't allowed to wear it, wasn't allowed to, well, she didn't say I wasn't allowed to lie about it. She just said, be virtuous, stay on the virtuous path. So it was really like an ultimate quest to return this 1B award. And I thought to myself, it'd be really great, since I can't wear it, I know someone who can wear it. I know that Richard can wear it. It's his award. So we made a little Richard doll so that he can wear the award that I'm not allowed to wear. And we're going to go on adventures together in order to bring the award back. And Richard has his own little history as well, along with the teleportation sequence where you get sucked into your computer after reading all of the secret manuscripts and tomes, and you find yourself in the world that we're all in Shroud of the Avatar. I also found a few manuscripts that the Shapers used in order to make homunculi, a monk from the Sword of Midras books. And I shaped my homunculus to be like Lord British, but unfortunately I had to train my homunculus how to act. So it's not like the real Lord British, just looks like the real Lord British. And we're going to go on adventures together to return the award that I was accidentally sent.
Yes, absolutely. Now let's hold him up a little bit. Just center him. I know. There you go, and get him a little closer for everybody to see some of the detail that you meticulously had done for making of Little Richard here, as we affectionately call him. And yes, I sent pictures out to you with Richard wearing his garb while he was out at Dragon Con, so you can emulate the jacket he wears, what his boots and pants look like, all that good stuff. And of course, the serpent on the back. Originally, this came back, the prototype drawings came back without the serpent, and I love the necklace. The necklace is a killer there. And yeah, and Jack's
The
got
hair can come around the shoulder.
We got all sorts of great stuff going on screen today.
I know.
We got cat tails, we got rat tails, we got all sorts of fun stuff here.
Well, you have to bring out the tails.
But yes, this has been over a year in the works. And when Zap originally came to me, he's like, well, what do I do? And he had this idea. And him and I have been back and forth for the past year working on this project and just waiting. And he would not let me release any information on Little Richard until he got to introduce him to the world live on the show. So what we're about to be bringing you here is Zap is now going to be working on the journey to take the 1B back to Austin. And Little Richard is going to have adventures throughout the world on his journey to bring the 1B back, or the, how do you pronounce it? The homunculus?
Homunculus.
The homunculus.
Homunculus, sorry, the homunculus. So, introducing to the world Little Richard for everybody out there. And of course, we're just going to throw you up big on the screen there so that everybody gets a nice close-up of that. And of course, Zap is going to be providing us, he's going to be blogging about this out there in the world. And he's going to be providing us some videos along the way that we're going to get to share with you on the adventures of Little Richard on his adventure, trying to return the 1B back to the Portalarium folks. So we really hope that you guys dig this, and we hope you enjoy the adventures of Little Richard. And, of course, we'll bring you more updates once Zap's got everything up and running and he's got his blog going. We'll direct you to the blog where you can follow the adventures. And, of course, we'll let you know when we have upcoming adventures to share with you right here on NBNN.
I believe the first adventure, because I'm already in LA, is taking Little Richard to the castle, i.e. Disneyland. So we're going to see how he reacts to the castle that is not his.
And, of course, the original Richard was just recently out there for the Ultima Dragon's 25th anniversary. So it's going to be interesting to see how Little Richard takes to his adventures out there. But got to thank you for joining us and bringing this to us. Got to love the work you did out there on that. And I wish you the best, you and Little Richard, the best of luck on your adventures in this endeavor and this quest to
this one.
Return that.
There you go. He's got thumbs. There we go.
There you go. Thumbs up.
You get a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Alrighty, Zap. Well,
all right. Bye, lad.
There
Bye,
it
Jack.
is. We have officially introduced Little Richard to the world. Thank you for joining us. And we really look forward to the adventures, the videos, and the blogging that you're going to be sharing with the rest of us out here.
Yeah.
And of course, I know you're on a busy schedule. You're in your scrubs calling actually from the hospital right now. So we're going to let you get back to what you do there. And thank you once again. And we look forward to all this great stuff.
See you guys later. If you have any questions, just send me a message.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Again, Zap has been working on this, and that doll had to be commissioned. Took a long time to make, and of course, I had a lot of fun working with him to make sure that the details on that were, and holding this from everybody and not being able to say too much about it. I think I may have slipped up or shared just a little bit with you, Jack.
Well, you told me the first day it happened, and then several other times, and I keep on forgetting. So.
Yeah.
So-
because it's like, oh, he keeps talking about this little Richard
It's like,
thing.
what the
That's
hell are you
one-
talking about?
Yeah. I
And-
says, don't worry. When you see little Richard, you'll understand. So
Well,
now you understand.
Yeah, you could have just been like, and I would have been,
Well,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well, again, yeah.
But that
But,
would have been too much of a clue for everybody else.
Yes, didn't want to give it away, and the funny part was, yes, he actually got a reply when they realized the blunder they made, and of course, he would not share the actual email. I told him to go ahead and message Brecken and just say, "Can I?" And I don't know if they ever did or not, or whether she just didn't respond, but
Yeah.
Relaying the story, it was funny, she specified in the email that Lord British is aware of the fact that this is, and again they made some jest of it, so he's taken that jest a little bit more serious, and we are now going to be regaled with the adventures of little Richard here over the next coming however long it takes for him to make his journey. So meanwhile, that's great stuff. Been waiting a long time to introduce that to you folks out here, but of course, time to move on. The fuck? Yeah, that's right. What the fuck was that? Crafty method. I love you. I love this shit. And of course, I mean, again, I gotta say I love this shit because this is what fans of Richard Garriott's and Richard Garriott's games do, just for jest. I mean, I gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
I just love the fact that had that doll decked out silver serpent neck, put the serpent on the back of the doll as well.
Yeah,
and so it just looks like Richard's real doublet.
He actually had it custom made, and again, I sent him all the pictures I can get of so you can see the colors in the jacket that Richard wears out to conventions and stuff. Matter of fact, he wore that jacket for the very first time right here on NBNN. He had just gotten it when we did our very first, our only interview with Richard. We should have another one coming up here soon, though.
Wait, so he got a new doublet?
No, when he got that one, he had just gotten it like that day or like a day before when I did the interview. You were in Hawaii, and he put it on for the interview we did here on NBN.
Okay,
He just happened to have it. It had just happened to come in, and he had it in the office, so he had worn it for the first time live on air right here on NBNN, as far as I understand. And of course, we now know and love it. We've seen that new jacket all over the place. But that's for you, Richard, our wonderful Lord British. And I hope you enjoy the adventures of little Richard out there. And again, we'll keep you apprised of all that information. But meanwhile, we still got more stuff to get to.
In that.
Yeah, well, I guess we can start with that. Of course, there is an update on the update page. Starr Long's panel at
It's
PAX
Dev. Of crowdfunding.
That's right, and that's going to be happening August 30th here in the 5th Avenue room at PAX Dev. So anybody going to that, don't forget to check in, say hello.
And don't forget, PAX Dev is going to be hosted off a second stream, but you need to go to the 5th.
Yes. And for those of you guys who haven't been keeping up, Shroud of the Avatar is in early access, and we have a free trial going on as we speak. So, of course, if you've been dying to get in here and try it out, go ahead and go to shroudedavatar.com, try out the free trial, and come on into the world, join us. Don't forget to add Jack Synesis and Lazarus Long as friends. And, of course, we're always here throughout the day helping people out and having a good time here in Discord.
Just a little bit.
Just a tip.
We hang out just a bit.
Yeah. We're here, I don't know, 12, 15, 18, 22
22.
hours a day. 9 days a week.
So yeah, something like that. Like
That's right.
vacation. Let me pull out my phone. Someone messaged me in Discord.
Yeah. If you got a question, all you got to do is pop on in and ask it. You may not get it right away, but somebody will usually get back to you and get you the information. If we don't know the answer ourselves, we probably know somebody who does, and we'll point you in the right direction. Do our best to get you on your way and doing the thing you love, playing the game. But yes, let's move right on. Chaos is back.
Chaos is back from his Chicagoland vacation. He has survived sans bullet wound. So this is the stand-up corner from Monday. Don't forget the devs sit there and say, hey, I worked on this yesterday. I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down, and eventually it gets posted to the forums, and we get to interpret. So you don't have to.
That's right.
So are we ready for the art department?
We are ready for the art department.
We've got all the sound effects queued up, and Laz is not going to miss anybody, especially when I read them as a non sequitur.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, soundboard's still being funky, keybinds.
Well, especially when you move the sound files before the show. It's like,
yeah, when I move all the sound files to another directory before the show, it sort of does throw a little kink in
yeah, it's like, I started loading up the soundboard this morning. It's like, hey, where did all the sound files go? Laz, did you move them?
I thought it was bugging out. I'm going, it's not loading the sound files. I didn't think about the fact that I cleaned out the directory yesterday. But of course, they don't call me Laz Technical Difficulties Long for nothing. So
all good.
Yeah, I've earned that name.
Yeah. So, Bob the Builder.
Cult of Bob.
He was playing around with Syndicon over the weekend and working on that Elven Inn.
The Elven Inn. Let's see if we can't get that a little.
Damon
Waldrop. I hate when that happens.
Working on some flying animations and the bird trick emote.
The bird trick. Not that trick.
Bird trick emote.
Emote.
It's like...
Yeah, I was going to say, not that trick. Yeah. Not that bird, Jack. Not that bird.
Kind of like the detachable thumb trick. Okay. Pulling the bird out of the hat or something. So Fletcher.
Yes. Fletch.
He was working on Nordgard NPCs and bugs.
Bug.
And some flaming armor.
Flaming armor.
It's smoky.
It's just so hot.
The real question, is it so too sexy for its shirt?
It's too sexy for its body.
Oh. I'm too sexy for my greaves. Too sexy for my greaves. Okay then, Kevin.
Oh my.
Ugly Fist. Working on the tree creature.
Otherwise known as an Ent.
I don't know what you're talking about. Talking trees?
Don't know what you're talking about. Never seen anything like that.
The real question, are they pissed off at Smokey the Bear for starting all those forest fires and for shitting on them? And how does that Ent, that tree creature, really feel about dogs? Catholic? How does that tree creature feel about dogs?
Yeah.
Or cats? It's like, get rid of them. Then the almighty Gix Vargach. He's trying to work on Sequana's idols. The emote that he's going to go with for Sequana is going to be the old nose pick, but instead of the the pinky, that's the default. He's going to go with the thumb because it's like she's got to really get in there.
Nah, I would have gone forefinger all the way.
Oh, you're going 4 fingers? Oh, she's going to be fisting her nose?
Something like that.
Okay. And
Going finger deep, you know.
Knuckle deep.
Knuckle deep. There we go. Knuckle deep.
And then the bird trick emote. And then Reed, working on some pirate galleons and the Lord British throne. Arr. Then over in design.
Beezus. The bees.
Working on some recipe tips and tool tips. Recipes and tool tips. But the tip, the tool.
Just the tip. Just the tool tip. That's right.
Seawolf.
Seawolf.
He's out in the crags. Whereas Damien. He's taking that quality time to go playtest.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we should tell Gix he can't beat Roy in PvP.
Well, we have post-show video of that. I could always load that up and...
Hate to talk smack about our friend Gixie, but, I mean, he couldn't beat a guy with 300 hit points.
Yeah, I tell you.
It's pretty weak.
I know. I mean, it's like, if we go look at the game, I mean, we have this on video for everyone. So, let's see. Gix only has... can't click.
I don't know. He had like 1,000 something when I looked at him.
1375, and Roy had 300 hit points. And it's... I mean, the fact that Gix couldn't...
Roy was whacking him.
I know. Roy was whacking him over and over again. And there is no ring that grants you fire vulnerability.
He's got the ring on. He's got the ring.
He's got the ring on, but if you examine him, he's wearing no jewelry.
The one ring to rule them all.
Oh.
The one ring to rule them all.
It's kind of... Oh, hi, Gix. Gix is in...
Yes, and of course he commented that the doll looked like the Big Richard, and that's why we call him Little Richard. Yes, a phenomenal job on the folks who put that together for Zapped and Zapped getting that. I tell you, just really phenomenal.
Now then, let's see, where was I at? I gotta go. Dan the Man.
Dan the Man Brennan.
He's doing the Nightshade Pass Tier 2 balance and playtesting.
Tier 2 balance.
And player-owned towns.
Woohoo.
Whereas Sanyo...
Working on those new templates.
Sanyo was going out and playing around on the Truth Quest. Well, it's not working on new templates. What Dan the Man's doing for the player-owned towns... The player-owned towns, you have to remember... as they add upgrades on the wheel during the telethons, anytime you upgrade a town, it automatically unlocks them.
Yes.
And when you unlock it, you can change the biome, you can change the template, you can the town name and the town location. And
absolutely.
So everything has to get relocked, and then he has to go synchronize all that stuff and where everything gets added into. Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah. Nothing but Lum the Mad.
You can't handle the truth. Lum the Mad.
He's working on NPC interaction updates. I guess I don't know. You'll be able to do things when you're in chat mode with the NPC.
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe. Whereas Sorcerer Steve, he's still messing around with the North Scattered
I'm telling you, the broken road, the shattered hills. Is anything whole in this place?
No, everything's a little derelict around here.
I'll tell you.
We need to have a conversation about whatever happened to pristine items. Why is everything shattered?
Well.
The energy vortex is List Rostov is working on the crooked shank. If you plan on shanking someone, why is it crooked?
So that they can't heal and they die. And you know that?
Well, is the shank even sharp or is it dull, rusty? If it comes off an NPC, it's dull and rusty. So it's like, what are they going to do? Give you a tetanus?
They're gonna spoon you to death.
They're gonna spoon you?
Spoon, yeah.
It's all about where you plan to use the shank at on the person's body.
Things that make you go, that's right.
Where are you going to use it?
I got a shank for you.
Hanging.
Moving right along.
Gotta make sure it's within laws. Texas is okay, and traps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
We're-
Texas was open carry. You could walk around with an AK-47 if you wanted to,
You can, and now you can walk around with a sword too.
with the sword on your side as well. I gotta love
Yeah.
Texas, I tell you.
I want to move already.
They're taking open carry to extremes.
Well, I ain't gonna mess with the guy with the blaster and a saber on his hip. That's for sure.
Well, don't forget, if you're ever breaking into Lord British's home, beware the Uzi.
Beware the Uzi. That's right. And he's not afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
We know that. So.
And I did say traps, so it's time for a little.
Not a 45, not a 9mm, a freaking Uzi. I love this shit, I tell you.
I love it. It's so funny. He's got some great.
Between him and Scotty, man, I can just sit there all day.
Then over in tech, Bobby,
Little Bobby Thompson.
working on some Discord integration.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Then
You
Jake,
mean we're going to be able to do this live in game? Is that what you're telling me?
hell yeah! It's going to be the new level of trolling with Discord integration. That's going to be fantastic.
I love it.
JY, the AI guy,
JY, the AI guy.
working on servers and
Very
localization and interactives. Because remember, if it touch it, it's supposed to move.
That's right.
Little kid and the
Supposed to
dog.
wiggle a little bit.
What's that hole do? Wizard smoke. He's puffing around the Syndicon and Perforce and Discord. Whereas the Deathbringer, one and only, he's projecting some textures.
Projecting texture.
See, what he was doing was he was rolling the dice and projecting the textures.
Well, you were hoping that he was rolling the dice.
Doing something. Then Basilo is working on localization and database issues and meetings. Then over in Useless Overhead, we had Andrea.
Useless Overhead Group.
Yeah, working on QA forums triage. The Dippy Bird.
The bird.
Also doing Syndicon and Perforce recovery. Whereas Gorn,
She working on that business.
he's working on that Red Speedo.
In that red Speedo, of course.
He had his birthday weekend and he hiking, did some other things. So, and probably ate some birthday cake, and he's got to make sure that he can get his junk back into the Speedo.
Mm-hmm.
And the general business and Syndicon and seed investing his seed.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Barrick, he was working on Syndicon events and reports and hints and tips and store updates. Touch, block decorations and art meetings, and
Like,
where is the Attenwood? Sanity testing. There is also lots of regression going in local and Syndicon and customer. British. Pretending to be general business.
he's fine for that business.
And he's investing his seed. Play testing. Why am I hearing echoes of Spiff?
I don't know. You must have residual echo because Spiff's not here today.
He's not even here. It's like
Nobody's
sounds like Spiff.
playing music, and
No. And then Chaox, he was working on trusted trader accounts and sales, customer service review in meetings and office. Serafina was store shopping and customer service.
that wonderful customer service.
And sanity testing and whereas the last but not least, Dark Star Ravian meeting on Intellithon scheduling.
It's a work thing.
What our devs said they were working on
Yesterday, right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Alrighty, and moving right along.
Well, where?
Eagle's got some interesting stuff going on there, and of course, Eagle is one of our biggest supporters out there. He has got this. Now he's throwing up the. Or maybe that just took a second to.
The
What
epic
is he
cloth
wearing?
chest armor has morphed into the elven dress.
Glowing.
And it's got like a snowflake pattern on it.
That is interesting. Of course, he's probably tuned in on this portable ether vibration amplifier.
And why is his Shroud of the Avatar white?
Because he's a nice guy.
That can't have
He
that.
he supports NBNN. Of course, he's
Like,
got to be.
He's a Patreon. He don't. What's not to love about Eagle?
I tell you, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
Well, what is it, Dorican? Is that right? Dorican 27 is what is your thoughts on the trusted partners and what does it say there?
real money transaction.
RMT. Okay, that's what it was.
So the trusted partners, and that is it. Marquis is allowed to resell the game for the exact same cost as Portal Area. I have, and anything from the add-on store. I have no problems with that. I mean, that's just another opportunity for revenue. And it's one where, since Marquis is not allowed to do any markdown of those products, it's one where it's like, I realistically, if I'm going to buy something from the add-on store, I buy it from the add-on store, because that means a greater percentage going to the development of the game versus a percentage going to market affiliates that base that.
Now, yeah, I got a comment on the thing. I mean, now, the interesting comments there about who he said, she said. But I know that there is a lot of folks out there who have asked the question, how does one become a trusted trader? And at one point, Dark Star said, hey, I'm at a show. I'll answer that question when I get back. And of course, the question never got answered.
Yeah.
Question was asked again and again and again and again, and it never gets answered by the folks at Portalarium. So the best I can tell you is you can either keep asking until they actually publicly let us know that, or you're just going to have to write to them and find out and see if you get an answer. While we do know more about that than we can really talk about right now, I can't say much. But as to the real money transactions on those sites, again, he's doing what everybody else is doing. And our advice to anybody is before you ever make any real money transactions out there, you check around, you check the forums, you check with us because we probably have what you're looking for. And of course, always check the marketplace and any of the other marketplaces out there. But look around because you'll be surprised at the price differences that you will find out there. And of course, folks always, have said, there's folks like Andrew Nutt out there, Cristano, Jack and myself, Caballero. I called a couple people out. There was actually a commentary on that in a forum post that got deleted over the weekend as to beware of, traders out there. And of course, they just nixed that real quick in the bud. But I had to chime in the prices out there fluctuate from here to here. And the actual real price is whatever it's worth to the buyer.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care. And part of the conversation in the forums, because this is a great soapbox, I love this shit, was now people are fixing prices. People are using alt accounts to lower prices in the marketplace. No, they're not. They may try. They may ask outrageous prices. But I can tell you from somebody who actually tracks, and I will tell you what I do if you want to do it. You're more than welcome. I mark and follow every forum in the forums, including the for sale. Anytime there is a post, I get an email. If the post is deleted, I still have an email. And I know what was said, whether it was deleted or not. So whenever there's a sale that somebody asked for or asked for a price, I can go look and type in town lot deed, tax-free. And it'll show me all the town lot deeds that were tax-free that were listed since I've been following. Better search engine than anything else you'll ever have. And all you need is your mailbox. So if you want to really track pricing, get in those forums, get emails, and start tracking them. But basically, it was...
Also, you have to remember, depending on rarity and as well as urgency, there could be... the price could be on an upward trend, or someone could have that urgent situation where they need to dump it, and that's where it drops the price. So even if you start looking at prices from 3 months ago, the market may have, and it's one. Whatever you're willing to pay is.
Yes.
Right.
Now, of course, Golden Resources, shroudmarketplace.com. I sell gold on a regular basis on the marketplace. I put up 100,000s here and there as I have excess to get rid of. It's a nice $25, $25, depending on the market pop. I mean, I just recently sold 300,000 about 2 weeks ago. Made myself some nice cash. Mom out there, Torque, Arkansas Markham Farms, they're selling resources. Jack selling scrolls, absolutely.
And like excess housing, lots, I mean, all kinds of stuff. I mean, anything and everything can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. And it's one where the developers have allowed the gray market to actually exist with the caveat emptor, buyer beware. They're not going to really get involved. There hasn't been any scam that I'm aware of, that I actually know of any. Everything has actually been on the up and up.
If there has been any manipulation, again, the people out there trying to do it, first off, trying to manipulate 3 and 4 accounts on the forums to post, it's a pain in the ass to log in and out of the forums, first off. So if you haven't tried doing that, whoever is doing it is wasting a whole lot of time and energy, because most of us out there know what the market is. And believe me, if somebody's asking crazy value, usually one of the traders out there will go, hey, the market really don't bear that. I saw somebody asking like $1,000 for a taxable village deed the other day, and I was like, dude, that's not even worth the market value on the store, let alone what you're asking for it. But most people, we nudge each other out there, and of course, you hear, if you follow us here, you hear Jack and I, we bust each other's balls all the time. We do have some healthy competition amongst each other when it comes to our business transactions. I mean, but we do the same thing, and we both sell the same thing here, especially in game. We focus on mostly recall and teleport scrolls. And it's a daily challenge between the two of us, is who can sell the most in a day. Sometimes, Jack always busts my balls because I don't offer him for sale on the marketplace, but he does, and he's made some good money off of that. I mean, I gotta give him credit for it.
It was proof of concept.
I prefer to take the gold in game, and then I just sell the gold because I find that a lot easier to sell. That's all.
Yeah, Durkin also has another question about like players like Corpor leaving the game and they're crashing the market. I'm going to flat out and say that all games have a turnaround. So players come and go, and it's one where an individual that has been a supporter for a long time leaving is not detrimental to the community.
And tell them why, Jack. Tell them why.
It's not detrimental because you have 5 or 6 new players that came in and are continuing to spend money. So it's one where, are they crashing the market? Not really.
More likely than not, if Corpor actually left the game, I will believe that when I no longer see him posting or showing up from time to time, rearing his head out there. But even if he were to leave the game, what's he going to do? He's going to sell his account. What happens there? He gets his money back. He walks away. A new player gets to enjoy it, and they get the goods. Maybe he pieced off his account. Now several players get to enjoy those goods.
Well, even if he sold his account.
Vascorper_list Rostov said it's already someone else, but he has an alt.
Yeah. So Corpor has an alt, and the person that he sold the account to, it's like he made money on both ends of that transaction. So can you fault him for that? It's like, no, because there was an account on Shroud Marketplace that was sold for $1,100. And it had like something 30 GMs. It wasn't Corpor's account, and it's one where it's like, you know what? That's just a new player coming into the game that wants to get ahead because they don't want to grind. And you know what? Something like that is going to happen. It still happens in WoW.
There's an account for sale out there right now, level 90-something character, all sorts of GMs, and all you got to do is look out there. Again, with the real money transactions, one of the great things about this game, and as much as I hate to say it, is that it is possible that if you decide you do not want to play this game, that you can sell it to somebody else, unlike other video games. Usually you get a game in a box or a download, and you're stuck with it after you've paid your money for it. Here, If you don't like what you pledged, you can sell that stuff off to somebody else, recoup your money, let somebody else have the fun, and nobody loses out. You tried it, you didn't like it, somebody else bought it, they're going to enjoy it, and Portalarium still has the funding they need. So I don't see how that becomes a detriment to anybody out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one where it's like, it's not really detrimental to the game. People are going to complain. Time is money. It's one where Justin's making fun of the.
Okay.
Like, shut up, woman.
But that's right. Time is money, and time is also something that we are running out of here today. And of course, that means it's a little time past what we got to move on to. So let's cue the cow. Yeah, 116 GMs. I believe that. Yeah. But that's right. Time to tell you folks about the NBNN Shroud Avatar app out there. And of course, thank you for the questions from chat. We welcome those questions every day here. Tell me more about that in just a moment. But of course, if you want to stay connected to Shrouded Avatar before they finally release their own add-ons, you can get your hands on the NBNN Shrouded Avatar app, available on the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store for all your mobile devices out there. And of course, you can access the forums, the website, the radio stations, the marketplaces, Discord servers, the NBNN Daily Britannian, and much, much more out there, including the NBNN Shrouded Avatar Community Calendar hosted right here on nbnn.info.
Don't forget that community calendar is aggregate of all of the available public calendars that Laz was able to find. Have a calendar and you added to this community calendar so that out on Friday. You can always email news@nbn.info, and eventually that guy will do.
Best way to make sure your events and stuff are advertised is to have them listed on the calendar.
Then, let's see, all times on the calendar are central real world, but we prefer to refer to it as nude
Britannia time.
Screen.
I don't know, but don't die until the end of the show. We only got what's left.
I don't need to go black and white. So 12 and 6s around the clock, 2 idiots on WRFB.
WRFB.
Those idiots so you don't have to, on a little show called Lunch. At 2 o'clock, you can always join John Silverfoot in game for the Paxlayer Town Manager Hour. At 3 o'clock, you can join Wintermute Offcoff on the overworld map outside of Soultown for Owl's Head. For the EVL Euro Dungeon Crawl. At 7 p.m., you can join Zenny, also on the overworld map outside of Owl's Head, for the EVL Monster Mash Dungeon Run. If that's not your thing, you can always join the Jade Dragons in Malhari for a dungeon run of Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering.
Pain and suffering. Suffer.
Suffer. 7 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB.
Or
you're out there on your dungeon.
Yeah, that 70s at 7. Final event of going to be on RFB.
WRFP.
That's the record.
And that's the record room. That's right. Rock and roll history lesson every weeknight at 10 right here on WRFB. And real quick, I know it's coming up later on, but let's not forget this Saturday, the BMC Crafting Fair. I'm going to shout that out before we roll our sponsors out there up on the Garrison Road Bazaar. And these guys will be out there August 19th, this Saturday, doing all sorts of stuff. And we'll be telling you more about this tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. But just a little shout out there to the folks, and we're going to roll on over to the sponsors. Don't forget, you're tuned in to NBNN on Twitch TV, joining Lunch with Laz and Jack here every week, the only show on the air that invites you to come join us and tell us your opinion. Come ask questions in chat like the guys today. Find out what's going on in the world out there. Only right here on NBNN. Of course, the Airy Fund. Become a supporter and play for a cause. The airyfund.org is going to be bringing you the latest community causes out there. And, of course, I'm just going to give you a heads up. Think pink, folks. It's coming. And we'll give you more information on that here coming up next month. Of course, Coil More Wands, putting the magic in your hands. If you need wands, check out Arius Coil More. And, of course, he will go ahead and make sure that you have the magic. Scrotum Music, all the music you want, and much, much more. We'll tell you all about that in just another moment when we get to the marketplace. The Britannian Mining Company, of course, wants you to come on down, check out the crafting fair this Saturday, and, of course, Everyday Market Road for all your crafting needs, located in the Quell region next to the Exeter Mines for your mining convenience as well. Relics by Rild, relicsbyrild.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. And, of course, if you want to save some money on those T-shirts, those hats, those patches, that drinkware, and all sorts of other good stuff, use the promo code NBNN, and you'll save 10% when you check out at relicsbyrild.com. Of course, WRFB Radio Free Britannia, where you can catch us on 6s and 12s around the clock, Monday through Friday. The Deco Divas every Wednesday and Thursday. You missed Arius last night doing the GMC Top 20. The Sarah Nandar Show. We've got House of Omen. We've got Wake Up New Britannia. And much, much more happening here on your in-game radio and WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And, of course, the show wouldn't be complete without telling you all about Shroud Marketplace. ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs and all those real money transactions. And Jack's going to tell us all a little bit about the marketplace.
You know, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. From accounts to game gold to services. Anything and everything game related that does not violate the terms of service can be bought or sold on ShroudMarketplace.com. That includes welcoming the latest vendor.
New vendor? Another new vendor.
Another new vendor. This is Mal's Power Hour. And he is actually offering a leveling service. So if you need some help leveling up your character, you can always contact Mal. And he will get you set up. And it is Maliki. And from there, don't forget you do have to visit Armelian's Gold and more. Armelian also offers a leveling service, but he's currently on vacation to be able to satisfy that, and so he pulled the listing. And but he will be back in a couple weeks.
He's gone ahead and left you in charge.
Yeah, he has left me in charge of his store. So I have his gold, I have the indigo hood, and
So Jack Armelian off, is that what? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Did I say that came out wrong? No.
So I do have his things, but anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related can be bought or sold from ShroudMarketplace.com. And if you're interested in selling your stuff or your services, you can always register for an account on Shroud Marketplace at the top, and then click on vendor registration on the left-hand side.
There we go.
Are you missing the fact that it's like our time is up? And it's time for us to thank the most important people around here, and that's
It's
you
about
guys.
that time. That's right.
Thank you guys for
That's
watching
you
out on
guys.
Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFB.
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia.
We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. And otherwise, we'd just be two guys sitting around here doing a whole lot of nothing.
Doing a whole lot of nothing in our underwear, I tell you. That's right. We love you folks out there, and of course, thank you for joining us today, as in every day. We do invite you to come join us and ask questions, tell us what's going on in your world, all that good stuff. Just like our friend Zap did today and his Adventures of Little Richard. If you got a guild, you got a shop, you got something you want to announce, let us know. We'll get it out there on the airwaves for you and let the whole world know. But we got to go ahead and move on and get out of here. So, of course, with that, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. We'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN, WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And we'll see you all then.
Don't do anything in your underwear. Keep it clean.
Don't do it. Don't do it.